My life is a mystery, even as I live it now. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where here on this channel we talk about nothing but fragrances. So if you've just clicked on, hi, my name is Gabby, and in today's edition we are talking about slightly mysterious, slightly weird, slightly bothering fragrances that maybe bother you, maybe bother others, or maybe you just cannot explain at all. So the first fragrance I'm going to talk about is this, which is more of a mystery, I would say, than a challenging fragrance. This one is by Thierry Mugler and it's Aura. Now, I first tried this fragrance on paper and I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. And in my mind, I came to the conclusion straight away that it really wasn't really maybe going to be for me. But then I saw Chantal Tiffany's video, another enabler here on YouTube, and she described this scent very, very well, and it made me want to try it again. So I did. On skin. On skin, completely different to on paper. Now, this fragrance, this perfume, I mean, look at the bottle. It is just multifaceted. It is a fragrance that is hard to describe because it conjures up magical, mythical creatures. It is a weird fragrance. That's why I class this as a mysterious fragrance. It has sweetness, but it has sharpness. It has lightness, but it has a little bit of darkness to it as well. There's vanilla in it. There's a wood kind of note in it. There is rhubarb in it. There's orange blossom in it as well. Now I do detect a little bit of orange blossom, but the rhubarb combined with that vanilla, combined with the greenness, because it does conjure up green forests. This fragrance conjures up that greenness, that vegetal feeling about a forest. It has a slight dampness to it. It has a slight earthiness to it. Maybe that's the woodiness to it. It's a very, very hard fragrance to describe. But it has some sweetness from the vanilla in there as well. But it's such a mysterious fragrance. Performance is stellar on this fragrance, and it's unlike other fragrances that I have in my collection. So I had to talk a little bit about Aura from Mugler. Second one here I'm talking about is the OG Poison from Christian Dior. Now, this is classed as a fruity, mysterious floral, and it's right. It's ripe. It's overripe plums that are drunk. That's the only way I can describe it, in this kind of liqueur with incense and honey and a popanax, and it's strong. The name Poison itself evokes a feeling of forbidden. You mustn't have it, but you do want it. Should you really want it? It can bother some people. It doesn't bother me, but if I could, I would make this one of my signatures, but I wouldn't want to be around people that don't really like this fragrance, because when you mention poison to some people, they recoil in horror. That's fine. For me, it's intriguing. It's something I want to virtually taste, but I can't. So for me, this is in settings where it isn't really... I really want to wear this in settings where it's not maybe as appropriate to wear it. But I don't want to offend people. So this fragrance can offend. However, my husband loves this fragrance. This is one fragrance he actually commented a few days ago that I smelt really lovely. So on my skin it worked. But for others, this could be a bothersome, challenging fragrance. Is it a fragrance you would wear in close quarters? Maybe not. But then again, you can always break the rules. The next fragrance I'm talking about is by the house of Serge Lutens. Now, Serge Lutens creates fragrances that are another genre in themselves. They are fragrances that can disturb, can set the mind alight. This is Baptême du Feu, baptism of fire. Now, it has a slightly candied gingerbread, but, and this is a big but, there is a civet note, an animalic strong note. Just imagine if you're in a restaurant and you can smell, this is going to be a bad picture, but this is the only way I can describe it. You're in a restaurant enjoying your meal, but you're sat ever so close to the toilet, and you might just get a little waft of something fecal. Yes, you can recoil, but there's something in it that has some sweetness. It is sharp, it is intense, it is strong, but it's that animalic note that gives it an intensity. Now, I will say I have never, ever worn this fragrance outside of the house. It is one fragrance I'm actually very frightened to wear. It's such a difficult fragrance. It has some sweetness, and it has something playful and light, but there is a real dark image cloaked behind it. Baptism of Fire is the name, and it is, I would say it is something that really the devil himself could wear. It's quite demonic. It's a demonic fragrance. But it's, at the same time, it's intriguing and alluring. Serge Lutens, Baptême du Feu. Now the next one is an old one, and I love it. But some people will find this challenging and a bit mysterious. More challenging maybe than mysterious. It's green, it's floral, it's aquatic. It's all the fruits, all the earth in the forest you can imagine bundled into this big bubble. If you were Alice and you just went down that rabbit hole and you fell into the forest, this is what the forest would be. It would be magical, it would be ethereal, it would be dark, it would be dangerous almost. But you're on that edge of mystery and you want to find out what that answer is, and you never find the answer. This is what this fragrance is about. Is you want the answer, but it won't give you the answer. It lets you find the answer. That's what I love about this fragrance, Eden by Cacharel. It is so intoxicating It literally can take your breath away when you spray it, and it can burn your nostrils if you're not careful. I know I'm not really maybe painting a good picture, but if you want that fragrance that can bother, but it still has a lightness about it. This is what this video is all about. It is about mysterious fragrances that can be slightly alluring and disturbing and slightly all too... Is the word cumbersome? Is that the word I'm looking for? All too... There's just something about it that makes the person who wears it edgy, mysterious, unconventional, and sticking two fingers up to society. And I love the concept. I love that concept because I'm always sticking two fingers up to society. The next one is an old fragrance, and it will be classed to some as too old school, too... Now, this Aromatics Elixir by Clinique, this came out in the very early 70s, and it is a chypre floral. It is your bergamot, it is your oak moss, patchouli, earthy, animalic, floral, everything that is in that kitchen sink and needs a bloody good wash. But it has some cleanness about it. Now, is that the citrus notes in it? Because it does have some citrus in it. It is that chypre floral. Florals that, wow, a bouquet of florals. But ever slightly on the edge. It takes you to the edge. This fragrance certainly is, some would say, old ladylike. Not today. Not of this era. Well, what the hell is of this era? That's what I want to ask. Because really, it's all about how you are in your state of mind and how you project to people and how you want to be, who you want to be. This is a dynamic fragrance. It's strong to the max. It is there, and it encompasses everything that is a challenging fragrance, a mysterious, a mystery. It's a mystery. But I have garnished compliments from men from this, so take that as you will. And I did include here, I had to include an honorary mention, which is by Papillon, which is Salome, which is something I've talked about a lot. And the reason why I love this fragrance, and it is a signature of mine, is because it is a dirty jasmine with animalic notes. It is that rodent's pee that is harvested and combined with jasmine. Yes, rodent's pee. That's what it is. But when I wore this, my husband said to me once, "Oh, you smell lovely, all of incensey and all beautiful." So there you go. That's because the perfumer blended it to perfection. She must have created some sort of magic, but on some, I know there are others there that say that the dirty jasmine in this, the jasmine that is raw, that is erotic, that produces something to some which is banal, but to others, magical, is quite something else. because perfume, as I've said before, is very subjective. It's just an opinion. It's just what you love. The jasmine combined with the rose, there's Turkish rose in this, and that hyraceum, which is rodent's pee, which is taken ethically. I think they must freeze it or something, and then must make it into a tincture of something. And then Liz has combined those animalic notes with the florals, with the musk, and created something that verges on the edge of madness. Yes, madness. Because the jasmine sings, the jasmine is in your face, it punches you in the face. It says, I'm here, I'm loud, and I'm proud. So, it isn't for everybody. However, Salome is that fragrance that is an unconventional, stinky animalic fragrance, but it's still very, very classy because I have worn this to work and people have said I've smelt nice. So on my skin it works. But on some it could be a bother. It could be a this just does not work for me, and that's absolutely okay. But this fragrance has mystery to it. It is a clouded veil of jasmine, a clouded veil of a beautiful jasmine that's taken in its rawest state and combined with those animalic facets. Salome. So those are just a few, and I do mean a few, of mysterious, challenging, maybe, to some, because I do have a lot and it was hard to choose. I might do another video with more mysterious, challenging fragrances, because I have tried a lot. So if you'd like me to do another video later on that, please comment down below. But until the next time, you've been watching another edition of The Fragrantician. And remember, life is a mystery, and we don't have to solve it. Ciao for now.